Hi,
Good morning.
this is Kim,
This is Andy.
and we're going to read to you from the Urantia book.
But
Which,
first,
first we got,
a new book.
365 Days of Walking the Red Road. Okay, by Terry Jean. Terry Jean is not a native person, not an indigenous person. So, which is proof positive that it is reinforcing to me that white people can and do honor native traditional ways. So, so that's what we're doing. Do you have your glasses? Do you
I
need your
don't. I need my
glasses?
glasses.
He needs his glasses. Okay, so wait
I'll
just a
let-
second.
If you want
Okay.
to read that while I get
Yeah. Well, I want to read it with you. He'll be right back. Don't worry. Okay, so we're just starting this. And this is the beginning of January 2022. And according to the Algonquin people, this is called Sun Has Not Strength to Thaw Moon.
That's for
The
sure.
Algonquin people. Let's look them up quick. We want to know where's the Algonquin people from? Canada, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Goodness sakes. We got Algonquin Peak, Algonquin Park, but nothing like,
Eastern
Algonquin
Canada.
people, Eastern Canada, and Algonquin people. Right. Okay. So they're in Quebec and Ontario. Okay. Okay. And also we're reading here as an introduction to January, the Red Road Ethic 1. Honor the Great Spirit. Every element of creation expresses the Creator. Within each mountain, each stone, and each heart lies the Great Spirit. All are of the Creator, and each particle of the universe is equally deserving of respect and admiration. Each particle of the universe. I like your particles. I respect your particles, honey. I respect all the particles. I respect this table particles and this computer particles. Okay. When looking upon a sunset, the trees, or even your worst. Oh, what are they doing? They're fixing the elevator. Or they're loading something off the elevator. Okay, all right. When looking upon a sunset, the trees, or even your worst enemy, you are looking at the Creator. Know this and give praise and prayer. Okay, and this next section is from activist Zitkala Sa. Zitkala Sa, also known as Gertrude Simmons Bonin or Redbird, who was a Sioux author and activist, and she lived from 1876 to 1938. Okay. A wee child toddling in a wonder world. I prefer to their dogma, the white dogma, right? My excursions into the natural gardens where the voice of the Great Spirit is heard in the twittering of birds, the rippling of mighty waters, the sweet breathing of flowers. If this is paganism, then at present at least I am a pagan. There's no shame in that. That's what I prefer.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer that also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because Great Spirit, God, whatever you want to call it, talks to us all the time through nature, through all things,
Mm-hmm.
not just only in the church. The great endeavor of our white society, I feel, is to separate the things of God.
Mm-hmm.
These are secular things. These are
Mm-hmm.
religious things, and we have to keep them separated.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and we talked about that. That's been since Descartes and the Enlightenment revolution here, where they found so many things of science, and scientists were killed for daring to go against the church, and so they kind of had this little pact, like, we'll keep our stuff, our scientific stuff over here, and you keep your religious stuff over there, and we won't mix them up. But it's all one thing. In reality, it's
Mhm.
all one thing. And the consequences of that separation, I think, are coming home to roost. And now
Mhm.
there's more forces driving this acknowledgement back together, that
Mhm.
it's all one thing. You
Mhm.
can't separate it, not in any real way. So that's coming back to us, and it's long overdue.
We
Okay.
don't live on the earth, we live with the earth,
Yeah, we're of the earth.
of the earth. Hmm. Yeah, we're not separate.
We're not separate, and we don't go and try to dominate the, or we that's not we're not separate.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's like my right hand trying to dominate my left hand, and trying to keep it from doing things that my right hand should do. I mean, that's silly,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, do you want to read here? We're also honoring Crowfoot, who was a Blackfoot warrior and orator who lived from 1826 to 1890.
What is life? It is the flash of a firefly in the night. It is the breath of a buffalo in wintertime. It is the little shadow which runs across the grass and loses itself in the sunset.
Crowfoot.
Life is blinkingly fleet.
And so beautiful and fragile. No, we're not done. You're not
Oh,
done.
okay.
It's still January 1st, right?
Okay.
It's like this is all January 1st,
January 1st.
right? So on this date in Native American history, go ahead.
January 1st, 1802, Peter Jones, Missagua, Ojibwe, was born. He later became a Missagua chief and Methodist missionary, traveling throughout Canada and the United States, preaching the gospel and addressing Native issues.
Okay, so he was born in 1802.
Mhm.
See, and there's no shame in that either. That the gospel, according to Jesus Christ, is completely compatible, and reinforces native spirituality.
Mhm.
It really does. It's
Mhm.
beautiful together. But we gotta weed through all this stuff, because those waters of thought have been polluted.
Mhm.
So I follow both Jesus and Native American spirituality, and that's completely compatible within me. And some of my Native friends don't understand that, but their perceptions have been polluted by all these things that Jesus is not.
Mhm.
And I want to do what I can to correct those things. Yeah.
Jesus, save me from his followers, your followers.
Or more of your followers come to appreciate who you really were.
Mhm.
Please,
Mhm.
but they have to quit following each other and go back to the things that Jesus actually said and did in his life.
Mm-hmm.
And not, the most significant thing that he did was not dying necessarily. It was how he lived his life.
Mm-hmm.
But no, we go, Christians today go to that, oh, he died for me, so therefore, I'm this poor guilty sinner, and because he died for me, now I'm free to do whatever I want. Now I'm free to be a jerk because Jesus died for me.
Mm. That
Okay,
sounds way off the track.
yeah, no, guys. Um, but that's what I perceived. That's what turned me away from Christianity early in my life, because I perceived that so strongly. Um, and that's what people were doing with that, and it was so ugly to me. But that's not who Jesus was. I don't think any other religious leader has been twisted around and manipulated to this point. But that's all. We've crucified him once, but we keep on crucifying him.
Mm-hmm. And we would again, I think.
Well, just by blaspheming him and telling all this stuff goes in Jesus' name that's not Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we got to quit doing that. Okay, look at, do your own um, research on him and his life and what he did and what he said.
Meanwhile, where are we?
Okay, Urantia book now. Yes, we are on paper 31, section 8. So we're still talking about the core of the finality. This is the adventures, or the company that we'll be in once we've graduated. It's not that long, honey. Yeah, and become finalators. We'll have untold adventures awaiting us, and lots of different kinds of people in our core finality. Okay, I'll go for a little bit and then you can go,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is section 8, the Transcendentalers. Paper 31. Part of the perfected mortal's experience on paradise as a finalator consists in the effort to achieve comprehension of the nature and function of more than 1,000 groups of the transcendental super citizens of paradise. Okay, eventuated beings of absonite attributes. Okay, so there's 1,000 groups of strange beings called transcendentalers on paradise, and this is part of what we have to do, is to understand these beings. Okay, and they're absonite. They have absonite attributes, which is again like, what is that? Okay, we'll get to it. Okay, hold on. And their association with these super personalities, the ascendant finalators receive great assistance from the helpful guidance of numerous orders of transcendental ministers who are assigned to the task of introducing the evolved finalators to their new paradise brethren. The entire order of the Transcendentalers live in the west of paradise, in a vast area which they exclusively occupy. Okay, I would promise I'd talk about here what absonite attributes mean. Okay, so these are absonite. Absolute has no beginning and no end. Finite has a beginning and an end.
Mm-hmm.
So absonite is a being that has a beginning but does not necessarily have an end.
Mm.
Okay?
Okay.
So, and these are, when we talk about there being eventuated beings, that's like as we a concept emerges, a new understanding of something emerges, like an idea of um, of something, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why the idea of freedom always comes to me, because when you're a caveman in freedom means something very different. If you're like in prehistoric times, it means something very different to you than freedom means to a Roman slave. And when you're a Roman slave, freedom means something very different to you than it does to an American in fighting a war in uh, in the in Vietnam in the 20th century. Okay, so freedom means something different. So we're graduating our ideas of freedom until we have the perfected idea of what freedom really is, perfected understanding of it. So it's something that grows and matures, and then at last, when it's entirely mature, then it's personified. Okay, so
Okay.
these are beings that are formed from concepts. There's a concept of democracy or generosity or something, some attribute. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
It's a strange idea.
It is not part of our normal day-to-day awareness.
No, it's not, but it's very reflective of Western ideology in and Plato's world of forms, how there's the perfect form of everything. Although Plato visualized it in the perfected form of material objects and perfected forms of things. It's not so much that, but it's perfected forms of concepts. Right. So there's the perfect concept of loyalty. So you'll meet the individual, the personality that embodies complete loyalty, the perfected loyalty. See what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he'll tell you what it means to be loyal in all these different circumstances and everything. What's important, that you're loyal to, right? Okay, so it's kind of like that. So it's very interesting. Um, yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, you can go right here. Go to number 2, right there.
In the discussion of transcendentalers, we are restricted not only by the limitations of human comprehension, but also by the terms of the mandate governing these disclosures concerning the personalities of paradise.
Oh, okay. So they're not supposed to tell us very much here on this. Sorry, I didn't mean to like blow your cover or anything.
These beings are in no way connected with the mortal ascent to Havona. The vast host of the paradise transcendentalers have nothing whatever to do with the affairs of either Havona or the 7 superuniverses, being concerned only with the super administration of the affairs of the master universe.
Wow. Okay.
Mm.
So and actually, you know what? I want to say I got to qualify myself also, because I don't really know. I mean, this is partially my own projection of what I kind of am trying to grasp, and it's like it's very tenuous. I don't know, but I'm trying to conjecture and do my best to like put forward a plausible account of what I might understand, but I don't know. Okay. All right. Do you want to keep going or do you want me to go?
You, being a creature, can conceive of a creator, but you can hardly comprehend that there exists an enormous and diversified aggregation of intelligent beings who are neither creators nor creatures. These transcendentalers create no beings, neither were they ever created. In speaking of their origin, and in order to avoid using a new term, an arbitrary and meaningless designation, we deem it best to say that transcendentalers simply eventuate. The deity absolute may well have been concerned in their origin and may be implicated in their destiny, but these unique beings are not now dominated by the deity absolute. They are subject to God the ultimate, and their present paradise sojourn is in every way Trinity supervised and directed. Okay, you can finish.
Okay, it's like how do we like?
It's beyond our
It's
comprehension.
beyond our comprehension. But we're going to, and once we get to paradise, we're going to meet these beings and try to understand them. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, and I don't know if I have kind of a limited idea, comprehension of what I think they are, but I don't know if that's right. But anyway. Okay. Although all mortals who attain paradise frequently fraternize with the Transcendentalers as they do with the paradise citizens, it develops that man's first serious contact with the Transcendentaler occurs on that eventful occasion which, as a member of a new finaliter group, the mortal ascender stands in the finaliter receiving circle as the Trinity oath of eternity is administered by the chief of Transcendentalers, the presiding head of the architects of the master universe. So they administer our oath
Mhm.
of the Trinity. They administer our oath to us. And of course, the master universe is like the huge beyond the seven super universes, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, the mortal ascender stands in the finality receiving circle as the Trinity oath of eternity is administered. So this is like an individually, you're on the spot, you're up there, and you have to take this oath of eternity. The Trinity oath of eternity is administered by the chief of Transcendentalers. I see, like in Star Wars, where like Jar Jar Binks is in that little circle, and all of those, faceless things are like, and you have like all this light on you. Like I'm seeing that. Do you remember that?
I don't actually have to go back and watch
To
that
start
again.
in Star Wars, like one of the Star Wars, the one I don't know, the one with Jar Jar Binks, right? They got the big bunny ears.
Chapter 1.
Sure, that one. And he's kind of tricked and maneuvered into like trying to, he did a Colin Powell kind of thing. Yeah. Poor Jar Jar. Anyway. Okay, well, we're going to leave it there. And
Mhm.
Happy New Year.
Happy
Happy
New Year.
2022.
2022.
Ring the bells. Yeah, okay.
Wow. We're there. 2022.
2022. What? Okay. All right. Have a great one. We love you.
We love you.
Okay.
Bye
Bye.
now.